Do you remember where you were when you like first heard that the war was going on?
Yeah, I was asleep in the back seat, and the radio, they was playing the radio in the front, and they woke me up, and that's when it happened. That's when they had a draft, and I couldn't, they were drafting people at that time, and I had my mother to sign the paper so I could go at 16 instead of having to wait till 17.
Oh, so you had to wait until you were 17?
No, yeah, I had her to sign. I would have had to wait if she hadn't signed the papers for me.
Oh.
And she didn't want to sign the papers, and I told her, I said, well, if you don't, there's a draft, and I'll go in the Army, and I want to be in the Navy. So she signed the papers.
So you wanted to fight in the war?
Not really. I mean, I didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, see, they had a draft. I'd had to go anyway.
Can you tell me like any stories? You have like any exciting war stories?
Exciting war
Tell
story?
her about getting left on
Yeah.
that island.
Yeah, that
The
was
ship
kinda-
went off and left you.
we were taking what they called shells that had been shot. We stacked them up. You had to stack them up. And this buddy of mine, we were on there, and we'd go down and meet the boat. And one morning we went down, and they didn't come by. And we went back, and pretty soon we seen our ship just going out of the harbor. There we were. We were left on the island. They went off and left us. And they got out quite a ways out. And he remembers, oh my goodness, I left those guys on that island back there. So when they have, quite a while later, when they come back and picked us up. It was a long time. We didn't know when we were going to get home.
How long? Like days?
About 3 years.
Oh. But
No.
you
Oh,
were
you
on
mean,
the
oh no,
island?
on the ship, yeah.
How long did they leave you on the island?
Yeah, how long?
6 months? 9 months? How long were you there?
I have to think. My goodness, I've slept twice since then. It's about 11 months.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
When they come back. Well, we began to get worried that they weren't going to come back because all of a sudden they started hearing noise, and we got up and went out, and the blazes, I mean, the bullets, the shells, and everything going off. And what they were doing, they were celebrating the war being over.
Mm-hmm.
And our ship wasn't even in the harbor. So we thought, oh boy, we're out of winter. And then about 2 days later, when they started coming back in, the skipper of the ship remembered, he said, the guy that we reported to, that he forgot and left us. And they come back and got us.
Where were you when they like announced the war was over? Do you remember what you were doing?
I was on board ship. Oh, I remember now. I have to think of that. But we were coming underneath the San Francisco Oakland Bay Bridge, and they announced that the war was over. We were just coming back because we'd been out on duty, and we were just coming back in. And I was on board ship, and I was standing over the side. I seen all this, everything, flames going up and all that. And I knew what in the world's going on, And then the war was over.